Well, here's a first. I'm actually doing a re-review of a Disneycember I did, Hocus Pocus. As a lot of you know, when I saw this film, I really didn't like it. In fact, I downright hated it. To a point where people were asking for years for me to do a nostalgia critic of it. I finally did. I sat down, watched it again, and yeah, I still didn't like it, but I will admit it wasn't quite as bad as I remembered. The review is pretty obvious in what I'm trying to say, but if you wanted a more down-to-earth talk about it, I guess that's what this video is for. So let's address the things I didn't like about it originally. The big focus was the virgin talk. Everybody gave this kid such a hard time for him being a virgin. Hell, it's even the final line. I always remember that being a problem, and while it still is, I'll admit it's not as bad as I remember. Even when I did the movie review, I made a conscious effort not to mention it as many times as the movie does, which I think is something like 4 or 5 times. That's still weird, but yeah, it's wrong to say it's the focus of the entire film. I brought up how the witches don't have anything funny to say, and that's still true, but watching it again, I realize even though they really don't have anything funny to say, they still kinda say it in a funny way. These 3 actresses are actually really enjoyable. You kinda get the feeling they weren't given anything to work with, but they just said, screw it, we're gonna throw our all into every single moment we're on screen, and it shows. I get the feeling they sort of huddled together and talked about how they're gonna move and what each one is gonna do when the camera starts rolling. Does that excuse the bad writing? No, but it does kinda make it a little entertaining. These 3 are a lot of fun to watch. Now, does that excuse how incredibly bland the main characters are? No. Does that excuse how this story makes absolutely no sense whatsoever? No. Does that excuse a lot of really awkward, just downright stupid moments? Absolutely not. But over time, I am realizing more and more why this is getting a following, and that the correct terminology for it really is guilty pleasure. It's like my love for Ernest Saves Christmas. It is a stupid movie and nothing makes sense about it, but some things are just so good I can't help but watch it every year. Hocus Pocus I can now see is kind of the same way. There is a lot of Halloween in it, there are a lot of nice visuals. It's over the top and cartoony, but that just kind of makes it stand out even more. The song sequence with her singing is a lot of fun. A lot of the effects actually still kind of hold up. And even all those cliched 90s tropes, I think people are kind of laughing at how cliched they are now, and how you did see them just in every kids movie at the time. It doesn't mean it's by any means smart, but I can see how people can be really entertained by it. It's hard for me to say I actually enjoy it, but I do enjoy parts. Enough to at least finally see why other people enjoy it, and I think that's an important thing to understand. So I guess the conclusion of this re-review is, if you're really forgiving and just want to see some Halloween visuals, you'll probably be satisfied here. Or if you really like those classic 90s tropes and you just kind of want to have a laugh at them, you'll probably really like this too. I still really don't like those scenes where they address the whole weird virgin shaming, but like I said, it's not as focused on as I remember it. So maybe the majority of kids watch it will probably overlook that too and just be distracted by how entertaining the 3 witches are. I just felt like this movie deserved a second chance. Do I still like it? No, but I can understand why others like it. If this is something you watch every Halloween, I finally get it. I probably won't be joining the group, but I can at least say there are some really fun and weird things about it that you can get a few laughs at. I'll enjoy my incredibly silly, stupid guilty pleasures, and you can enjoy yours.